Emperor Nero, born Lucius Domitius Ahenobarbus on December 15, 37 AD, is often portrayed as one of history's evil leaders. However, his life is a complex tale of ambition, power, and personal turmoil. Join us as we walk you through the life of one of the most evil emperors of Rome. When he was only 2, his father Gnaius Domitius Ahenobarbus died of edema and left a large chunk of his estate to his son. However, the inheritance was taken from him by the Emperor Caligula. It was at that time that he was adopted by his mother, Agrippina the Younger, and great-uncle, the Emperor Claudius, who by that time had succeeded Caligula following his assassination by his guards. Eventually, Nero would take the reins as emperor at the age of 17 after his great-uncle, Emperor Claudius, died unexpectedly. It is said that Nero have had incestuous relationships with his mother, the dominant Agrippina the Younger, but after only 2 years of becoming emperor, a gradual falling out occurred between Nero and his mother, which eventually led Nero to remove her face from Roman coins. The most common and often agreed upon reason to kill his mother is that she herself was actually plotting to kill Nero. So Nero ordered assassins to kill her and make it resemble a suicide. Nero was relieved to find that he was actually congratulated on the death of his mother. Gradually, the name Nero became synonymous with unrestrained power and unbridled perversion. His reputed taste for aberrant sexual behavior still echoes through the centuries. Besides abusing free-born boys and seducing married women, he debauched the Vestal Virgin Rubria. In 53 AD, Nero married Claudia Octavia. Their marriage was not a pleasant one. Nero was immediately bored and angered by his new wife's mindset, as it deviated strongly from what he wanted out of a wife. On occasion, a rage-filled and frustrated Nero would even attempt to strangle Octavia. But perhaps the biggest issue for Nero was that Octavia was unable to bear a child for him. With no child, there would be no heir to his throne. Eventually, Nero began having affairs with different women, one being a freedwoman named Poppaea Sabina, who became pregnant with his child. He divorced Octavia and banished her, triggering protests from the Roman citizens. The protests were so large that Nero briefly considered remarrying her to calm the people. To quell the unrest, Octavia was put to death in a traditional Roman suicide ritual in 62 AD. He hoped this would instill some fear and prove his strong leadership to the people. Initially, Emperor Nero and Empress Poppaea lived a life of luxury and love, but their happiness was short-lived. The couple began to argue, frequently leading to violent outbursts from Nero. During one fight, Nero beat his wife bloody. He threw her to the ground and repeatedly kicked her in the stomach where his unborn child was growing until Poppaea died. After some time, Emperor Nero met a slave boy named Sporus, feminine and smooth-faced. Sporus allegedly bore an uncanny resemblance to Poppaea Sabina. Driven by grief and love, Nero had Sporus castrated, afterward keeping the boy shrouded in a woman's stola and veils, and announced to the world that his lover was now a woman. He even held a wedding ceremony in 67 AD, and took the boy as his wife and new empress. Suetonius, a Roman historian, wrote, Sporus, decked out with the finery of the empresses and riding in a litter, Nero took with him to the courts and marts of Greece, and later at Rome through the Street of the Images, fondly kissing him from time to time. Nero's reign took an infamous turn with the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD. 2/3 of the city was razed, and Nero's response drew suspicion. He provided shelter and food to the homeless, but also embarked on building a grand palace, fueling rumors that he had orchestrated the fire to clear land for his dream project. Public unrest grew, and the Senate declared Nero an enemy of the people. Faced with imminent arrest and execution, Nero resorted to his preferred method, death. In 68 AD, at the age of 30, Nero took his own life. Subscribe to Truth Revealed to stay intrigued and informed.